Ohio State wins here at Wisconsin's Camp Randall Stadium 24-10. We're grading Kyle McCord as we do after every game. 17 of 26 for 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 lost fumble, sort of on a 4th down sack. Would have been a turnover on downs even if he hadn't coughed up the ball. But a 7 of 7 in the second half after being 10 of 19 at halftime, and obviously was playing through an injury that no one is specifying at this point. But Andrew, your grade for Kyle McCord after this performance?
I'm going to say D+. I was not impressed. I understand the ankle. I understand they won the game. I understand that there are things you can look towards Kyle McCord and say, okay, you can make an excuse for this. He went 7 of 7 in the second half. Certainly didn't feel like he went 7 of 7 in the second half. There were just too many mistakes, and me personally at least, I've talked about this on the podcast a lot. There is going to come a time where these mistakes are going to bite you in the butt, and they almost did tonight. You have the bad interception in the end zone where he should have just thrown it to the guy in the 10th row. Did not do that. Had the interception on this end of the field where the safety jumps the route on Marv. That was just a play that he did not have to make. You have the intentional groundings in the second half. One of them took them out of field goal range. I'm not going to blame the turnover on downs on him. Fryer just got beat off the edge. It was like a second and a half. That's not on Kyle McCord. You got to hang on to the ball, but it was 4th down. It's not the end of the world on that. I didn't look at Kyle McCord's performance today and see national championship quarterback. I didn't look at Kyle McCord's performance today and see quarterback that can beat Michigan. This is where we're at in the season right now. There are 4 games left, and one of them is Michigan, and you have got to start eliminating these mistakes, because if Ohio State, if they're going to they haven't allowed 20 points this season. That's outstanding. But the runway's shorter when you're only scoring 24 and you're only scoring 20 and you're only scoring 17. And when you make these kind of mistakes, that's what kills you. So yeah, not impressed with Kyle McCord tonight.
So, because of him clearly playing through something right now, I couldn't go all the way down to D level. I'm going to go C-, but I agree with the crux of what you're saying, and I think it comes down to this was maybe the first night where I thought he was going to do the one thing that he couldn't do, the only thing that Ohio State can't afford for him to do, which is just give the other team the ball too much. And, Ryan Day said that he actually didn't blame him for the second interception, that he was, he took a shot, the corner made a nice play, and sometimes those things happen. I guess I will take Ryan Day's interpretation on quarterback play over mine, which everyone probably should, because he also said the other one, as you're saying, can't do that. You can't give away the ball in the red zone like that. And this team is struggling right now to convert touchdowns into red zone opportunities into touchdowns. They came in 84th in the country. I think they drop in their percentage after this game because they settled for field goal on one. They had that interception on another. They aren't being very efficient in the red zone. And it's one of those things that as you get farther and farther and farther into the season, more of that goes on his shoulders, especially on a day where you were very, very efficient running the ball. Trevion Henderson had a very good day. But he is clearly playing through injury. I think the other thing is, and in some ways, listen, you came on the road, you beat Wisconsin, a solid program, and always a traditionally good defense, coached by a good coach. You know that he's a good coach. And just getting out of here with a win. I mean, his knee was healthy enough to take the knee at the end of the game, and maybe that's the only important thing. But there is something to be said here for it hasn't taken that next step. And I think we're all just kind of waiting for that next step from Kyle McCord in terms of consistency. You see it in flashes, when can the consistency come? And I think that these next 3 games, as long as he's not hurt too bad coming out of this one, we'll find out exactly, because he was really limping in that second half, I thought. But he's got 3 games of runway here to just sort of refine things and find some stability. That's kind of what I wrote about after the game. It's it seems like the presence is there somewhere, but it's not stabilized right now. And some of that's on him, some of that's on this offensive line, as you're pointing out, giving him some more opportunity. But the defense is doing its job. The run game started to do its job, and now I think it's just a matter of sort of stabilizing things around Kyle McCord and giving him the best chance to go up to Ann Arbor and win, just like J.J. McCarthy did coming down to Columbus and doing it last year with the help of everything around him. We'll be talking about that more on Buckeye Talk in our post-game. And get the text 614-350-3315. Everything we saw tonight on the sidelines, guys hurt, etc., everything we heard post-game from Ryan Day came right to your phone first there from cleveland.com.